Something happened at school today, Mama. Something terrible.
Terrible things are the Lord's way of testing us, Carrie.
I know. But the other girls...
You're not like the other girls.
But I am, Mama.
No, you're not.
You are special. Please listen to me,
I've heard
Mama.
all I want to hear.
Mama, in the showers, the other girls...
You're forbidden to shower with the other girls.
I know,
Forbidden.
Mama, I started to bleed. I started to bleed, and the other girls laughed at me. And they called me names, and they pushed me, and I fell, and Miss Gardner came in, and she slapped me. And there was a flash and a bang, and a light bulb broke. And then they got me dressed. Mama, what is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Mama, you're frightening me.
Bow your head and pray. And God made Eve from the rib of Adam. And Eve was weak, and loosed the raven on the world.
Mama,
the raven was called sin, and the first sin was the sin of lust. So God visited Eve with a curse, and the curse was the curse of blood. And God made Eve from Adam's rib, and Eve was weak.
Mama.
And Eve was weak.
How could I know?
Eve was weak.
Why didn't
and
you
God
tell
made
me?
Eve to bear the curse of blood.
It's not a curse,
The
Mama.
curse of
It's
blood.
something all girls
The
go
curse
through.
of blood.
You should have told me.
Go to the cellar and pray, woman. Pray to heaven for your wicked soul.
Mama, I'm changing.
The raven came to plague the world. His name was sin.
not a sin.
His name was sin.
Mama,
His
it's
name
not
was
a
sin.
sin.
And lust was how the sin began. The sin was man.
I don't understand.
Well, understand. The sin was man.
What have I
God
done?
has seen your sinning just beginning. Pray for your salvation from damnation. Pray, he will burn you. He will burn you. The seed conveys the power, and it's come again.
Mama, what is this
It's come
seed?
again.
Don't
It's
you
come
care
again.
that I started to
Until the seeds
bleed?
crash, the power never ends. It never ends. It never ends.
Mama, I was so scared, and they all stared. I thought I was dying. I started crying. Mama, please don't.
You'll become Satan's
hurt
From
me.
mercy, get down on your knees.
Don't.
You got Jezebel's
hurt
soul is the whole of disease. I can see you inside.
Don't believe when you're
I
lying.
can see how you lie.
But I never told you.
That's how Lucifer fell.
Mama, how could I know?
And you're headed for hell. I won't let you go. Satan loves a sinner.
I'm not a sinner.
Satan's cold and burning. She's burning. Prayer. He will burn you. God made Eve from Adam's rib, and Eve was weak. And Eve was weak. And I was weak. I prayed this day would never come. I should have known. I should have known. Now I am alone and so afraid. Oh Lord, I've seen this power before. The flesh is weak and I am lost. Father, don't forsake her. Father, take her. Cleanse her, purify her with the fire and the power and the glory forever and ever and ever.
Mama, please, something happened at school today. Something terrible.
Terrible things are the Lord's way of testing us, Carrie.
I know, but the other girls.
You're not like the other girls.
But I am, Mama.
You're not.
I am. I never
Special.
thought so.
Special.
You're not listening to me, Mama.
I've heard all I want to hear. Now go
Mama,
set the table.
in the showers.
What have I told you about showering with the other girls?
I know.
What have I told you?
Sin. It's a sin.
And as such, it is forbidden.
Mama.
Forbidden.
I started to bleed. Mama, I started to bleed, and the other girls, they laughed at me and called me names, and I was so scared. Mama, why are you looking at me like that?
Curse of blood.
Mama, you're frightening me.
Bow your head and pray, woman. And God made Eve from the rib of Adam. And Eve was weak and loosed the raven on the world. And the raven was called sin. And God visited Eve with the curse, and the curse was the curse of blood. Say it, woman. And God made Eve from Adam's rib, and Eve was weak.
Mama, how could I know?
Eve was weak. And Eve was weak.
Why didn't you tell me?
And God made Eve to bear the curse of blood.
It's not a curse, Miss Gardner said it's something all girls go
The
through.
curse of blood.
You should have told me.
Bow your head and pray, woman.
Mama.
You're a woman now. Pray to heaven for your wicked soul. The raven came to plague the world. Its name was sin.
It's not sin.
Its name was sin.
Oh, Mama, it's
Its name was sin began. And lust was how the sin began. The sin was man. Well, understand.
No.
The sin was man.
What have I done?
I see you're sinning. Just beginning. Pray for your salvation from damnation. Pray or he will burn you. He will burn you. The seed can raise the power and it's come again.
Mama, what is this?
It's come again.
Don't you come again. It's coming to
Until the
me.
seed is crushed, the power never ends. It never ends. It never ends.
Mama, I'm so scared, and they all stared. Then I started crying. I thought I was dying. Mama, please don't.
Have you no sense of shame? You're murdering him down on your knees. To Satan's staking his claim. As your soul is a hole of disease, I can see you inside. Don't believe with your eyes. Full of sin, full of pride.
Those are lies, Mama, lies.
That's all you can offend.
Mama, how could I know?
And you're headed for hell. I won't let you go. Heaven hates a sinner. Hates a sinner. Save yourself. It's burning. Stop burning. Or he will burn you.
Stop, Mama!
He will burn you. And God made Eve from Adam's rib, and Eve was weak. And Eve was weak. And I was weak. I prayed this day would never come. I should have known. I should have known. Now I'm alone and so afraid. Oh Lord, I've seen His power before. The flesh is weak.